Now they're locking the door.
Hello.
Hey.
How can I help you?
I didn't ask for no help.
Okay, well, I would appreciate if you didn't record inside of the branch.
Yeah. I'd appreciate
Can I ask you why you're recording in the branch?
Go back to work and leave me alone.
Yeah, but sir, you're recording in our branch.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you why?
You sure can.
But why?
Why are you recording inside of the branch?
I don't have to answer that.
Okay. All right, well.
That's what they make windows for, yeah?
Not for you to record inside of the branches, no.
Come on, really?
Okay.
Yeah. Have a good day. Whoa, sneaking up on me, are you?
Just trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know.
Ain't nothing going on.
Okay.
Just out here recording, man.
Nothing wrong with that?
What?
Yeah, you know.
A little suspicious, a little weary of what's going on. I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but it is our job as a call for service to come over here and check out, see what's going on. What's your guys' intent?
Did you explain to her that we have a right to do what we're doing?
Let me finish talking, sir.
Well, how about you listen to what I'm telling you? You don't tell me what to do. You're not my daddy. How about that? You don't tell me when to talk, when not to.
It's not going to work.
I'm not provoking nobody.
Let me finish what I was saying.
You can finish when I get done.
Okay, let me finish what I was saying. So I'll explain to them when
I'm not. You're not my daddy, and I don't got to listen to you. So I don't care what you got to say.
You don't care what I have to say.
Did you explain to them that we have a right to do what we do?
I will explain that after I'm done talking to you guys. I also explain it to you that they called us for a call for service.
What is it to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. We out here recording.
Right. I didn't say you did anything wrong. Why are you getting so aggressive?
I'm not getting aggressive. I'm just telling you. You're trying to tell me.
This gentleman was pretty nice to me when I was started talking about it. All right, so I'll talk to him. You can talk to my partner.
How about I talk to whoever I get ready to talk to?
So
I can say I told you a while ago you're not my daddy. I can talk when I get ready.
Why we were called here. Okay, we'll go back inside.
Like we don't know why you were called.
They know that there's nothing that we can do about it. But all I was inquiring about, what was the intent? Is it just to see people going in and out? That kind of thing, so that I can explain.
We're not going to tell you why we're here. Why
sir, I'm not talking to you.
I'm talking to you, though.
I'm not talking to you, sir.
Well, then don't talk to me.
Anyway, do you have anything?
We don't have to explain what we're doing.
I'm not focused on anything.
Okay.
Before you even blink, this interaction shows us exactly why knowing your rights matters. What starts as a routine day, two men lawfully recording in public, quickly spirals into a textbook example of authority being tested, challenged, and ultimately corrected. You'll hear an officer attempt to control the conversation, dictate who can speak and when, and subtly shift from checking things out to asserting dominance. But here's the twist. The citizens don't fold. They don't escalate, but they don't submit either. This encounter exposes a tension we see far too often, the clash between public rights and perceived authority.
You can understand why they called, though, right?
I mean, it's my retirement.
I got you. Congratulations on that. You understand why they called, though, right? They see guys. I mean, it's not unreasonable to say, hey, there's two guys filming. Now, you guys don't look like bank robbers, but that's probably along the same.
Camera won't.
I know.
It's the same as my eyes.
I know.
Come by here with a book.
I know.
And write down anything.
And you're absolutely right. And they would probably call on that too. And then we would come over and have.
What's that? Then the folks now turn one more time. I'm
going to go in there and explain to them that we spoke, and all you guys are out here is enjoying the weather and filming. There's no reason behind it, just filming. Okay? Cool. You got any questions for me? All right, cool. I'm going in, Sean.
All right, then. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Have you worked here long?
Oh, 15 years. Yes, sir. It's been the last.
Right here is where the first major red flag appears. Notice how the recording itself becomes the focus. Not any crime, not any suspicious behavior, but the act of filming. The employee asks why he's recording, and when the filmer declines to answer, that refusal alone seems to escalate the tension. This is critical. There is no legal requirement to explain yourself when engaging in a lawful activity in public. That what's especially telling is the shift from request to implication. That's what they make windows for. This frames the act as improper, even though it's perfectly legal. The officer hasn't arrived yet. but the groundwork is already being laid. Filming equals suspicion.
If you have something you want to say, go ahead.
I can't hear you.
If you have something you want to say, go right ahead.
No, I just asked a question.
No, there's nothing y'all doing wrong, as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you. Now, all I asked that officer is, did he explain that we're...
He just come out and make contact with y'all first. Just so he can, if there was anything particular y'all were doing, he can explain it to him, but y'all doing nothing wrong.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Anybody can walk down these sidewalks with a camera
Exactly right.
and not tell you exactly why we out here.
That,
Right?
I didn't say you had to.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't say you had
So
to.
what they want inside is none of my concern.
But it's just as a officer, we're just doing our due diligence.
No, you got to call for service. I get that, right?
Yeah.
I do get that.
If y'all wanted to tell us, then fine. If not, you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong you're doing. I mean, it's simple as that. Yeah.
I was just walking by, having a good old time, and then somebody looked at me through the window and started closing blinds. Okay? Whatever. And then I don't even know if she's security. She didn't even tell me who she was.
Yeah.
Talking about you can't.
The officer opens with a calm tone, but listen carefully to the language. Words like suspicious, weary, and intent immediately frame these men as potential threats, despite the officer openly admitting they've done nothing wrong. This is a classic investigative tactic, but it's also where friction begins. When one citizen asks a direct question, "Did you explain that we have a right to do what we're doing?" The officer deflects and insists on finishing his own narrative first. That's not about safety. That's about control of the conversation.
I don't understand that either, because these cameras every freaking where, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, these cameras pointing at you.
Right.
I mean, everywhere you go, there's a camera right there on that ATM machine. It's filming us now.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
We're getting filmed 24/7.
Right. And that's why there's no right to privacy.
Right.
Place.
Exactly. Well, thank you for honoring your oath today.
Yeah.
I just don't like getting told when I can speak and when I can't speak. Ain't no grown man tell me when I can talk.
Change perfectly captures the emotional tipping point. The officer repeatedly says, "I didn't say you did anything wrong," yet continues pressing for explanations he has no legal authority to demand. That contradiction fuels the frustration you're hearing. Notice how often the phrase, "I'm not talking to you," comes up. This isn't chaos, it's boundary setting. The citizen is asserting control over who he engages with, and that challenges the officer's expectation of unquestioned cooperation. But here's the key takeaway. Lawful citizens do not owe officers conversation, only compliance with lawful orders.
Taking your gun, you can tell me what to do. Until I break the law, y'all have no authority over me. Not zero.
Yeah.
Come over here and chat with me real quick.
All right, no.
Yeah, man.
So the concern of the management was that when you guys were out here filming, they had customers in their office and the computer screens were facing the windows.
We see a noticeable change. Another officer enters the conversation and immediately acknowledges the truth. Filming in public is constitutionally protected. This single statement diffuses what minutes of arguing could not. The original concern, windows, screens, visibility, gets reframed as speculation rather than evidence. That distinction matters. Suspicion alone does not override rights. And when the officer confirms there's nothing y'all doing wrong, the entire justification for the confrontation collapses. This moment highlights something important. Professionalism isn't about authority, it's about accuracy. When officers know the law and communicate it clearly, tension disappears.
So they were concerned that you guys were zooming in on the screens and getting information for their bank accounts, and that's why they called security. I kind of told them they're out here just enjoying the day.
If anybody else comes out here that really had bad intentions, I could have got a lot of information off that screen.
So, and listen, outside of that, I don't think that if anybody was in the office and they were just walking around and they saw you guys, they probably still would have called because, you know, there's cameras filming.
Segment exposes one of the biggest hypocrisies in modern society. The citizens point out the obvious: ATMs, security systems, and businesses record everyone constantly. Yet when a private citizen holds a camera, it suddenly becomes a problem. The officer acknowledges there's no expectation of privacy in public, yet discomfort remains. And that discomfort is the real issue. Rights don't disappear because someone feels uneasy. The Constitution wasn't designed for comfort. It was designed for protection. This conversation is bigger than this sidewalk. It's about whether rights are applied evenly or only when authority approves.
In the bank. They could be, for verbatim, they could be casing the joint. And I was like, well, I don't think that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
but
not
I
out here,
understand
not
that.
out here in broad daylight with big old cameras. And I'm a
I
big
know.
guy.
I would just ask that not to plan up against the windows. That's all. I mean, if you do touch the windows,
See,
all I'm saying is just preventative
got to give
maintenance.
directives, Bo. I don't need. I know what to do, man.
I know.
Jesus
I didn't say
Christ.
you did.
Every
said
cop I've
refrain
ever
from
talked
doing
to
it.
had to give directives
That's all I
before
said.
you're done. Every one of them.
All right, so I didn't say you did.
Everyone.
What I said was try to refrain from doing so. That's
It's
all I
still
said.
a direct.
Change drills into a critical legal distinction, a directive versus a suggestion. The officer insists he's merely advising, yet the citizens correctly point out how often suggestions from law enforcement carry an implied expectation of compliance. And here's the truth. If there's no law being broken, there can be no lawful order. Anything else is optional. The frustration you hear isn't disrespect. It's resistance to normalization of control. This is why these interactions matter. Each one sets precedent for how much authority goes unquestioned in everyday life. 8. In the end, this case resolves exactly how it should. The citizens remain lawful, calm, and firm. The situation de-escalates once rights are acknowledged and no enforcement action is taken, because none was justified. The key lesson here is simple but powerful. Knowing your rights changes the outcome. This wasn't about hostility or defiance. It was about boundaries. When those boundaries were respected, the conflict ended.